outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street. Hey, we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what
All
you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Try run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Take it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now. Mad struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock glitz, know they look how I freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. Then reload the clip and record the clip. It's go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tune into that VGP. Take over the west and the east. Hey, we got just what you need on vitamin G.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 206 of Vitamin Podcast. I am your host, Pharaoh. Like at the moment, I am solo. So let's see. I've been I guess I'll intro myself. Other top in, I think Nappy. Maybe Jubei. Um I'm pretty sure Nappy. In regards to Pharaoh, I just started playing. Played a little bit of Sparkling Zero this week. Um, Game is pretty fun so far from what I've had a chance to experience. Loving combat. Uh, like I haven't had a chance to dive into the story yet. Just mainly just the training mode and like the one versus my kids. I haven't really figured it out. And I haven't. Then on top of that, I just started playing um, Metaphor today, and I didn't get too far into that either. Or should I talk about action? I didn't get crazy far in that just because today is a holiday. Kids are out of kind of busy. Um, this weekend was my birthday, so that kind of kept me out the house. Spent stuff. That's pretty much it for my weekend, but we got a lot of stuff going on in gaming industry. Let's see. From the topics we're going to be going over today, we're talking about uh Metaphor, of course. We're talking about and everything that's going on with Xbox. So still everyone, I guess I'll find see if I can give you. I'm not gonna hold you as everything else. So time. Um, so as far as what's on my mind that is I guess gaming slash I stuff care about it. Um I saw that Microsoft actually started made an announcement that they are changing um executives. Craig Duncan, and he's gonna be the new head of Fox Game Studio. So it was about I think it was about 5, 6 months ago. Yeah, Matt Booty and Sarah Bond both got elevated in higher roles as Phil became CEO of Microsoft Gaming. So, like as a result of that, we have a new player as being the head of Xbox Game Studios, and Craig Duncan. I don't want to get his name wrong. He previously was a lead at Rare, so he's behind like up and coming. Uh, wow. Oh, finally got Nappy. Well, um, and I can't be mad at this particular hire to the head of Xbox Game Studios, especially considering Rare hasn't missed since they've joined Xbox. They haven't released a lot, but they were able to release a game in Sea of Thieves that kind of started off slow, and they kind of brought it to life. I gotta give them a little bit of credit. So I I like the hire going. If you were gonna go from anybody to poach the of Xbox Game Studios, I would probably say the studios you would go to are Rare and the Coalition. What do you think about that?
I kind of came in like halfway through. You
Well,
basically you were talking about Rare and how Rare
yeah.
is doing actually very well.
So they poach. Well, I don't say they poach. Uh they promoted. That's what sorry, I'm on my second.
Second drink, damn.
Yeah, second drink for the day. The kids driving. So
Yeah.
they promoted the co-lead at Rare to the head of Xbox Games.
Really now?
Yeah.
That's
So he's the new head
good.
of Xbox Game Studios. The previous head of Xbox Game Studios hasn't been the head of Xbox Game Studios, but only for a couple months.
Wait, wasn't that Black Lady? Or
No, see, all right. So as part of
what?
as part of Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard, the core
Oh
the
yeah,
core
she's
group of Xbox executives all elevated. So Phil Spencer went from head of Xbox to head of Microsoft Gaming. So now he's CEO of Microsoft Gaming. So he's no longer the hands-on Xbox guy per se. Then
right.
they made
I thought that.
they made Matt Booty the head of Xbox software, and then they made like pretty much the head of game software. So he heads over Activision, he heads over Bethesda, he heads over Xbox Game Studio. That, and
I
then
got you.
um Sarah Bond, originally she was in control of the Game Pass catalog. That was like her main responsibility.
Right.
Now she is the head of hardware at Xbox.
Interesting.
So that's
But yeah,
how
got you.
that's how the Phil Spencer Trinity elevated as a result of acquiring Activision uh, Blizzard King. So
Sounds like a lot of positions.
due to Matt Booty being elevated, a new head of Xbox first party became the head of Xbox Games. not head of first party, head of Xbox games. They got a new head there, but he was only there for a couple months. I'm not even sure what his. See.
So,
Don't
and
see-
so now Xbox got this guy that used to run Rare.
yeah, the
is
guy
now
now the head of Xbox Games Studios. I was saying I actually like the move because Rare has been pretty successful under Xbox since they acquired them. You know, with Sea of Thieves, that's pretty much the only real game they've released, but it's done very well for them, and they've been working on this game ever while. So I'm guessing they're happy. Direction
I'm
has gone over the past several years, and I was saying
that will be
of the
that would be
studios that
cool.
they have, it would be for me. It would be Rare or the Coalition would promote someone head of Xbox.
I don't know about the Coalition. I'm sorry, the Coalition. Gears is actually it's a fun game to play, but story wise, people did not like the story direction.
But I'm saying
It did not make any sense.
if you gotta go from all of Xbox Game Studios, I'm not talking about Activision or I'm not talking about ZeniMax, but of Xbox Game Studios, what studio are you coaching or promoting someone to be head of Xbox first party? If you're making an internal hire, what studio are you going to? If you had to
Only
rank
the
like your top
successful
3
one.
studios, what studios are you coaching?
They already got so many studios though.
But Xbox Game Studios is only about 15, 18 studios.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been paying attention. I mean, if they would go with the
So you
Rare for
got-
Sea of Thief guy,
So you got Rare,
mm-hmm.
got 343, which is now Halo. You have the Coalition.
None of them gets promoted. They gotta earn. The Coalition also they got to
Initiative.
prove their work.
You have Ninja
Initi-
Theory.
I let you like Ninja 30. Ninja 30 is good.
Well, you would promote
They
somebody
cool.
from Ninja 30 to be the head of Xbox Game Studio. They haven't done a lot of AAA game development.
No, they haven't. I
history.
can't say that yet. Like I said, a lot of these studios got to prove themselves.
You have Double Fine.
Double
You
Fine.
have, what's the studio behind? I'm going off the top of my head. What's the studio that's making Clockwork Revolution?
Let's see. Xbox current 23 development studios. Damn.
So we got
and you said I can't use Activision. I can't use
No, you
all right, so I got
can't.
3. So they still call it. It's funny they got still call it 343 Industries when it's Xbox Game Studios. It counts as a studio, which is funny. The Initiative and Exile and so
Exile is the one. And Exile is the one doing. And Exile is the one doing. Clockwork Revolution at the moment. Then you have
they got Roundhouse,
Mojang, who does Minecraft. To promote someone from Mojang to be the head of Microsoft game. You have Obsidian, who's working on Avowed right now. You hire one of them.
Yeah, CFC. You got ID as well. Alpha Dogs.
You can promote somebody from Playground. Alpha Dog is mobile, and that's ZeniMax.
I got you.
You got Turn 10. You got Undead Labs that's working on State of Decay. And then you have World's Edge, mainly focuses on PC, but does Age of Empires. So of all of those studios, who are you going from? I would say, for me, it would be Rare, Coalition, and Playground. If you were going to, of the 3 of their top studios, those are the 3 that I would pull an executive from. Just saying. If I had to pull an executive for an internal hire, those are the top 3 studios I would look at. Kind of what I was.
I mean, honestly, Rare does Sea of Thieves. It's just because Sea of Thieves is the most successful besides Mojang Studios, but Minecraft was already successful before Microsoft bought Minecraft, so I don't want to count Minecraft. So I can't count Mojang Studios, but that would be also be a good option. Double Fine. Honestly, I do like Double Fine. I did like Psychonauts 2. That was a fun game, but they haven't really done much else recently. It's like they need like a lot of these studios under here, they need to put in more weight and put in more work for me to just straight up like say it. I mean,
you don't have
right
that
now,
time to say, "Hey, release 5 more games before I decide who's going to be ahead of Xbox."
I mean, because I mean, only besides Mojang Studios and Rare, I have to give it to these two because those two companies are the ones that actually did something amazing.
I mean, Playground has done a lot of good stuff.
I mean, let's see what is Playground. Forza Horizon 2. Okay, that's a racing game.
They're the Forza Horizon series, and they're also working on Fable. So,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a little difficult. I mean, honestly, getting Minecraft and getting Mojang Studios, someone from there that actually would be a good error. Undead Labs with the that's working on.
They haven't even released their first AAA game.
No, they haven't. But
yeah, Obsidian has done very well.
They have been doing decent. So I'll have to choose between Rare and between Rare and Mojang Studios. Those are actually no, because besides Sea of Thieves and Mojang's having Minecraft, those are two really big successful games right now. The rest of them are just like they haven't put in enough work yet. 343 Industries is now doing a whole 180 or so-called 180.
That's what I'm saying. But Rare has a rich history beyond being a part of Xbox.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting. My God, man. Jet Force Gemini. Man, they need to bring that game back.
That's kind of what I'm getting at there. They have that rich history. It does make sense to vote from then Rare. Obsidian has a lot of great history too.
Yeah.
So
what has Obsidian been working on?
Recently, right now they're working on About.
Yeah, I mean, the Outworlds was great. They Grounded was I heard it got good, but I just haven't come at Pillars of Eternity. It's not my type of game, but that's somebody's cup of tea. It's not mine, unfortunately. Pentiment, I mean, not my cup of tea. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, it's just not my cup of tea. I'm just still waiting for the Outward Worlds 2 and Avowed. Those would be the 2 games I have to see. But no, you're right. They have been putting in some work. Let them finish their games first before you pull anybody. Because when you pull somebody in the middle of a project,
you're not really pulling devs. So I don't think it really messes up the development of a game.
Yeah.
But I do like the direction that they're going.
Oh damn. Yep. Pharaoh Tanoshi asked you
how about the
Ravens? Yeah, how about the Ravens?
Ravens are they're an interesting team at the moment. Probably the best team in football. They gotta get that defense together a little bit more in the secondary, but they took a big improvement from what happened in the Bengals game. But yeah, I like what they're doing. Lamar's on his way to MVP for sure. At this rate, I'm seeing the media
overrated quarterback
commit just heinous crime, trying to say Derrick Henry to be MVP, even though he got eliminated from 2 games because the other team got up on him. That's the Chiefs and the Kansas City game. He was completely eliminated from those 2 games. So, yeah, I don't get that. Yeah, Ravens looking good.
It's okay.
They looking
just tag. And thank you.
And Nappy happens to be a Lions fan, and the way the Lions are looking right now, you could see a Lions Ravens Super Bowl because
possibly
San Francisco ain't looking too hot. I think Minnesota's kind of fool's gold, and I like Atlanta a lot, but they do have Kirk Cousins as the quarterback. Kirk Cousins beat Kirk Cousins, so no longer Kirk Cousins. I'm willing to give him grace, but I just got to see it. That said, Happy. I know you came in on my what's on your mind. But go ahead and give your intro, man. Let people know what's going on, what you playing, all that good stuff.
Hey, how's it going? Yes, we know the Lions. Yes, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry, but yeah, the Lions did kill your Cowboys. But how's it going, everyone? Friendly neighborhood Nappy Century here. I've been doing good. I actually been doing a lot of gaming. I have been playing Metaphor, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Oh, we're on the same page.
My girlfriend, she bought that, and she's actually getting a little bit more practice than me, so she's been very good. It's definitely, I got Fighter Z in my head, and I need to take the Fighter Z out of my head and put that Tenkaichi back into like my head about the Arena Fighter scenario. Because if you come in it like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, you're going to get your ass whooped. I did play the new Sword Art Online game. It's okay. I already see what Sword Art was trying to do. I already saw the season pass, and I know exactly they're going to start throwing out more characters and season passes. So it's an okay game to play. Nothing too crazy. Also, I play Fragpunk.
Okay.
I got the closed beta key.
You played it in beta?
Yeah, I got the closed beta key. It's actually on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So, because I was testing out. I guess so, because it's still up. I was playing around with my computer to see if my computer's still capable of streaming, because I just upgraded my motherboard, CPU, and RAM. And yeah, I was playing Fragpunk on there. It's actually good. I think it's a really good competitor against Valorant. I think Fragpunk can give Valorant a good run for his money. Which I wish Jubei was here, because he's I'm sure a Valorant he loves Valorant. He swears Valorant's the best thing ever. And like because I'm curious if he got the closed beta key. But yeah, I did play Fragpunk. Fragpunk's actually fun. Also, I am still working on the review for this controller, which is the Fortnite edition of the Power A controller. So it's a Power A Fortnite edition, the wireless controller that works for Xbox and PC. Also, as you guys see behind me, I just uploaded a review this morning or last night for my Razer Edge. I've been having this device for the past couple of months, been playing a lot of different mobile games on there. So now I almost scrapped the review, to be honest with you, but I finally put it out. So
now,
yep, Razer Edge review is out.
Not to like expose like that, but how much time does it take? How much time on task to really give a good review?
A controller nowadays, I usually give myself a month before I put out a controller review, but nowadays I think, because I know what to look for now, I can give it in a good 2 weeks.
Okay.
A good 2 weeks of solid me just using the controller. And also I got another controller coming in from Big One. They just released this new Blitz controller, and they're like, hey, we want a free copy. But now you got the terms and conditions when doing YouTube videos, so I can't slack off as much anymore.
Okay.
It's like, hey, we're giving you this controller before it releases, so we need you to put this review out on this date before the controller release. And I'm like, thank you, but fuck. Get the controller to me on time so I can at least give a decent review.
Okay.
So
yeah,
curious,
like making sure you're not like going through one play session. You play like a variety of different like titles, or if like a controller is like more like geared towards like FPS, only try it out with an FPS for you review it?
It's been a while since I did those categories, because when I first started doing the controller reviews, I used to do using this controller, first person shooters, using this controller, and fighting games. I still do it, I just don't show it as much.
Okay.
I don't know if somebody wants, that was like one of my old models that I used to do when I first started doing controller reviews, and I kind of edge away from that and just start talking about gameplay in general.
Okay.
But I still do use it. Like I will say I would use a controller in Tekken, I would use a controller in maybe Splitgate and Call of Duty, just so that way I can get that wide range of games. And then look for a hack and slash game, and then that's pretty much it. Basically, it's always like I have to at minimum get a fighting game, a shooting game, action adventure. It's meh, because I mean it's action adventure game. Any controller can basically work. But the two main things I at least have to do is fighting, FPS is like the two big ones. Racing, I mean, it's a racing game. I mean, racing games, and the controllers can only provide us so much for racing. So, but yeah, fighting and FPS are the two big ones when it comes to reviewing my controllers now. Everything else is like still important, but not as important. Depend. I also, speaking of controllers, I just got this sent to me. The Nexus Stream PR1. Stop trying to. Okay, my camera's.
Got that
Stop it.
fancy
There we go.
camera that moves with everything.
No, it's my Nvidia thing because I'm showing the background. But yeah, this is the Nexus new Hall effect controller for PC, Nintendo Switch, Android, and iOS. This seems to be like the main combo for all PC controllers. Has Hall effect joysticks, 2 programmable back buttons, trigger stoppers, the whole nine. So yeah, another controller for me to add to my collection of controllers. So, but other than that, gaming wise, like I said, I've done a lot of gamings. I am stomped on pretty much a lot of games. And also, it makes it worse as Next Fest just happened today on Steam. So this is when a bunch of AA studios release demos for all their games. And 2 of the games I had on my wish list are now part of Next Fest. So I'm going to check out some demos while I still have them. The biggest ones is going to be Street of Rage 2 or Street of Rogue 2. It was a successor to Street of Rage, which is actually one of my favorite games. Fun party game to play with my friends. And I'm gonna try the Tribe 9 because the game's going to release on mobile and PC, so I'm really curious about that. But that's pretty much about it as far as what's going on with me. Mm.
So, being that you gave your intro, got a little bit thrown off since I was solo dolo to open up the show. Do you have anything that is on your mind?
I'm trying to figure out what people were talking about when they said that talking about how the Sparking Zeros, people struggling with the Vegeta fight, or especially the Great Ape Vegeta.
The Great Ape Vegeta, yeah.
He's not that hard. My girl, she beat him because Goku has instant transmission, and she loves doing instant transmission
So
command against him.
You can use moves that Goku hasn't learned yet at that point in the story. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean you can buy some fun stuff in the store. She said like I don't know, she loves instant transmission Kamehameha. That's like the one move she mastered and the one move she loves doing. And she does it so much to the point where I'm kind of catching on to it. I will also have to say, like, as Sparking Zero, it's interesting trying to play with some fodder characters. Like when I first like picked the Z Warriors, they can barely stun. Like she will pick like Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and I have Yamcha, and Yamcha can barely stun Goku.
Yeah, they power scale character. So if you get a weakling, just know that he's gonna be a weakling.
You can beat stronger characters. It's just it's gonna take a lot of work. It's gonna take a lot of work for stunning them.
But they definitely scaled the character. So
yeah,
if you're fighting with Yamcha versus Goku, it's gonna feel like you're fighting with Yamcha versus.
Yeah, I will definitely say though, Captain Ginyu is funny. He's one of my favorite characters to fight as, just because when you switch bodies with another character, it pretty much you not only do you take control of the character, but now none of y'all can do each other's special moves at all whatsoever. So it's just straight hands at that point. Which I think is really cool that they allow you to switch bodies. I wish you could use some of the moves, but turns out you can't. All you could do is just throw hands at that point. And it's kind of cool too, because I like using Captain Ginyu for throwing hands. And his special is unblockable too, which is the body swap. Can't block it.
Right. I got to get more into the game. I was telling you, I haven't had a chance to like really dive in and play it. I've just done a little bit of the training mode and a little bit of like playing against my kids. Nothing serious. I don't get a little bit sore I ain't trying to go all
Nah,
bust.
I gotta practice when because technically my girl owns the game, but since we have the Steam sharing account thing,
Oh,
I
y'all
have
got it
access
on.
to
Y'all
it.
got it on Steam. Y'all was
Mm,
over
she-
there.
it got-
Y'all was over there breaking records for y'all. For people, who, are watching the show that don't know, that don't pay attention to gaming. I'm pretty sure like Sparkling Zero, like in the first week of release, is like already the most successful
Fighting
fighter
game.
ever.
It is. It
So,
surpassed. It blew Street Fighter 6 out of the park.
but I mean,
Like,
but I don't think Street Fighter 6 is the most popular Street Fighter. I think Street Fighter 2 is the best performing Street Fighter in Street Fighter history. I think it's Street Fighter 2.
uh, well, I don't know. If we're going off of Steam charts alone, then I can't really speak on that one.
But
Because I'm only going by Steam charts. Like,
but yeah, but yeah, it's blown everything out the water according to
yeah,
report. So it might even have beat
yeah.
out Street Fighter 2. But it had like 90,000 concurrent on Steam, which is like ridiculous. So if it
No,
has
to 120,000.
120,000, which means that you got over 1 million sales on Steam in pre-order and early access.
Yeah, the peak for Street Fighter, because Street Fighter 6 actually had the highest, which was at 70,000. Yeah, Dragon Sparking Zero's at 120,000. It blew it right out. It blew it out the water.
But the thing is,
Actually,
it just proves that no matter how much you repackage the same story over and over again, you got a great IP. Will come back.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, and even Tekken only set at 46,000.
it works.
Damn,
for
that's pretty
some.
low for Tekken.
I won't say it works for all, or maybe all IP aren't created equal. There's some other people IP they think are great. They perform as so.
Yeah, but it is a fun game. It is a fun DBZ game overall. The story mode is actually also kind of funny because you can take separate paths. Like for the example, the Raditz fight, you can choose instead of bringing Piccolo, you could say like, "Hey, I'm going to bring Krillin instead," which is a whole different other scenario. Or you can go by yourself, just straight like solo dolo, and go fight Raditz by yourself, which gives you another different scenario. So. They do have the what ifs, which I think is really cool. That's a cool thing that they added.
Well, bringing Krillin, you can hit him with the Destructo disc.
Man, that Destructo disc don't cut anything.
It cut everything in the show, man. Cut everything.
That was until like what? And that's only back time. Last time it cut
Up
something.
until Namek, it was cutting everything. You cut off Frieza's tail.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but that was it. After that, man, like using its Cell, using it against Boo, they just eat the Destructo disc like it's nothing.
Yeah. Once you
that
got
Destructo disc game so
once you got the Cell
destructive.
Saga, nobody respected Destructo.
Yeah. So, but it's actually really cool that you get all the what if scenarios for Dragon Ball Z and Sparking Zero. The game is definitely a learning curve for a lot of people, and I can understand why people were struggling to win, but I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that hard to beat the Gray Ape Vegeta, though. Gray Ape Vegeta isn't that bad. He's literally a giant target. You can literally smack him around. All you gotta do is fly around his back and attack him.
He is kind of fast.
He is a fast ape, but again,
got some tricks.
He's not faster than a human.
Oh. All right. Well, it's looking. Gave everyone time. It's looking like it's just going to be a nappy Pharaoh show. I don't think Bay is going to make it at this point. So that said, we got through what's on your mind. Timestamps are all jacked up. Nobody really nappy. Shout out to Nappy for making it. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Woo.
But with that said, go ahead and throw at the time for topic on that. All right. That would be Metaphor ReFantazio reaction. So, from a Metacritic perspective, I think it's Is it Atlas's highest rated game? I know it
As
hit
of
a
right now,
93. I know it hit a 93.
let's see.
So the Persona. No, Persona 5 Royal hit a 95. But for Persona 5 Royal isn't the first one. It's like the
Persona. Well, technically, Persona.
Persona 5 is the original, and then Persona 5 Royal followed it. So
Yeah,
it's like an expansion, to my knowledge. Like Royal is like an
yeah,
expansion on Persona 5. So
yeah,
um
yeah. I
but
played a little
Persona
bit of
5 hit
Persona
a 90.
5 and
So
3.
Persona 5 hit a 93. So it tied. It ties Persona
Mm-hmm.
5. Um but it's Atlas's highest Metacritic for a new IP at least. Which is really awesome. I haven't gotten to the game. But from what I can say, from where I've started, the story hit immediately. Even before you jump into like new game or continue, like when it starts off with the whole thing with the king and all that, and then people getting burnt right off the jump. I'm not trying to give away anything. I'm trying to get people to purchase the game and play it. But the game starts off um really, really, really on a strong note. And from there you jump in. The main character is whoever you choose them to be. Like, I mean, they give you a main character, but they don't have their own name or their name and stuff like that. But it's not a silent protagonist, which is something that I really appreciate. Like, he does have his own conversation throughout the story. I'm really loving the visuals of the game, how the cities look. Um, haven't dove too deep into combat, so I don't want to comment too much on that. But I've seen a lot of people saying that it's great to go back to turn based. Me personally, I'm more the action. I like more action RPG nowadays. But turn based doesn't bother me at all. So, but if you ask me my preference, I would action. With that said, I will turn it over to Nappy. I'm sure he's got a little more time past game than me. I think I'm gonna take a week off of work. I, I, I Nappy, what
Um,
are your thoughts playing Battlefield?
I'm gonna say I don't. I was gonna say I don't have as much hours. I only got 2.5 hours into Metaphor.
I got like an hour and a
So
half, so you got me beat.
I got you beat by 1 hour. But yeah. So playing the game, I have to say it. Like I said, the intro does come on very strong. Like you are immediately thrown into the story. They let you know what's up. People get murked. Yes, he like Pharaoh did said, the silent protagonist. Yes, your character does talk. He does have emotions, kind of.
He
He's
doesn't
kind
have a
of like
name. You
a
name him what you want to name him. That's really
yeah, yeah. You can name him. I actually listened to him talk and stuff. He acts like a I can't.
he's
It's
very
hard to
young.
describe it.
Very young.
I mean, he is young. It's just like he's like, oh no, I really got to do this, but I don't want to do this. It's like he's like a wannabe like shy, but then I have to fight, but I don't want to fight. I'm like, oh, like what? I mean, he's a little
Emo.
kid.
Little emo.
Yeah, he's like a
Young.
little
Young.
emo. He's like a little emo kid
Like I said,
almost.
he's young. Young. That's what I said. That's young.
Yeah,
Young.
he is young.
Indecisive. Young.
I don't know. I'll make my character be a dick. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I choose some of the asshole dialogues when I get a chance,
Usually don't
just
get
because.
dicks until they're at least like 25, 30.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to. I kind of pick some of the asshole dialogues just because I want to see what other
Like,
characters say.
typically, if they're young and an asshole, they're like a bad guy in most
Right.
stories. Typically, like good guy assholes are like older and they've been dated by their experience. In most cases, you know, every now and then you get like a Bakugo or something like that. Typically like when they do like a main character, like an asshole,
Hmm.
they usually been. That's what
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of which, as far as gameplay goes, I eventually got deep enough into the gameplay to get the good concept of it. So roaming the world, there I see that a lot of people got a little bit confused of the previews because they noticed that the character was doing hack and slashing outside of the turn-based combat. It's pretty basic. It's not like what you think. So the thing about the whole like out of like when you're out in the world roaming around and you run into an enemy, if for weak fodder enemies, I actually like it because all you could do is just hack and slash enemies and immediately kill them to get them off the screen, which saves you a lot of time and is actually really good for like if you're just in case if you're grinding for materials or anything else. For stronger enemies, the hack and slashing portion or the like world like attacking is actually good to get like a good 3-piece combo on them at first, especially if you slash them in the back. It gives you a major advantage when you're playing this when you're playing metaphor when you go back into the turn-based combat. So it's not as in debt like I thought it was. Like I thought it was like, oh, maybe I could just do a bunch of hacking and slashing and break their like gauge, and then I could just stay in the open world and just hack and slash their HP till their HP goes down. No, for stronger enemies, you can hack and slash, and then the gauge breaks. You have to press Y, go into turn-based combat. You get a couple of advantages, and that's how it goes on from there. So, but it's not a bad system. I actually do like it for turn-based combat because it will make grinding 10 times much easier. Like it's so much faster. The story-wise is pretty decent so far. I'm like I said, only 2.5 hours. I only got 3 characters in my party right now. The whole they do have a system that's similar to Personas, except just imagine that everyone is like Joker, where they can use different. Well, I want to say Personas. They call them architects here, but yeah, pretty much everyone, any character can use any archetype, which allows you to have more customizabilities, more special moves, and et cetera, et cetera. But so far, I am enjoying the game. It is a fun game. Yes, it is mostly turn-based, but it's not as bad as a turn-based compared to like some of the old school turn-based games, especially when it comes to grinding. Thank God that you can actually just kill enemies on the map, just run around and just slash them and dash. So that's my thoughts. Oh, Jube's here.
Jube is here, so we're gonna go all the way back. Intro yourself. How you been? What you been playing?
Hey yo, how's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Good.
I haven't been playing much because I don't really have consoles right now. For
But you
Wait,
played
what?
Metaphor, right?
Yeah,
I thought
the
you
demo.
completed,
I
you completed the demo, right?
yeah
Okay,
no
so
for
you're
sure.
further along than both of us.
Yeah,
The demo's like
I'm
5 hours.
I'm at 11 hours in the demo. I was trying to get to like level 30 before I hopped into the rest of the game.
Okay.
I'm still gonna do that before I start on the. I'm still gonna grind out in that first dungeon once I actually get started on this game proper.
Didn't you get that Galaxy Edition? What's going on with that?
That comes out tomorrow.
So you pick it up tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he got the Galaxy Edition.
Yeah, he not playing over here. Big baller.
Damn.
Yeah, I was able to get my my Pro pre-ordered last week. So.
Oh, you got the Pro. Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Well, apparently you don't even got to pre-order that bitch. You can just walk into Best Buy and pick that shit up when it launches.
I
ain't doing too bad.
Yeah. It is what it is.
That is interesting. I'm curious.
He wants that pisser technology.
Yeah, well, when the PS5 Pro comes out, a lot of people are challenging the PS5 with budget build PCs. All of them have 3060s inside of them, so I'm curious to see how it performs.
Well,
Yep.
I've already given my theory. I don't know if I've given it on this show, but I've already said that PS5 Pro is basically like getting its consumers to beta test the PSSR technology for the PlayStation. That's really all it is, because you're not getting consistent performance gains. Like even like with the last PlayStation showcase, they didn't announce a PS5 Pro enhancement for Astro Bot. They didn't announce a PS5 Pro enhancement for any PlayStation party games that release.
Yeah, I find that odd.
So, like I said, I really think it's just beta testing the technology and getting it right for the PlayStation.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
my perception. I don't think the PS5 Pro is really an upgrade for the consumer. I think it's getting the consumer kind of beta test the product. And will you get some performance gains in the process? Yes, but it won't.
Yeah. Well, Jube, you guys are a beta tester.
Yep, I will let you guys know.
Beta test.
I got the
Yeah.
best TV. You know, I'm good.
So
You
what
got
else?
that
What
1
else?
millisecond
What else you
respawn.
got for us, Jude? Okay, what else you got for us, friend?
Yeah, I'm looking into getting all my shit transferred back over tomorrow. That's gonna be fun.
So you like picking up your Galaxy Edition like first thing in the morning or what? What's going on with that?
At that Best Buy, I'll be at work, so I'll be getting it after work
Okay.
on the
Cool.
way home.
Sounds good. Give you a chance. Anything that's on your mind.
The amount of scrubbery going on with Barking Zero.
Oh yeah, Nappy already hit on that. So
Yeah, if he already hit on it, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse.
you know, it's a lot of DB fans who aren't necessarily fans
this
of the
ain't
fighting
good.
genre per se, who are just deciding to jump this particular title because it looks so amazing.
Yeah.
It's probably the best looking Dragon Ball Z game. So, from a presentation
Without a doubt.
aspect, and not
Um,
only is it one of the best looking, it has the most amount of characters launch day that we've many Dragon Ball games.
Now, a lot of those
Now,
characters are skins.
whoa.
Come on now, they're
I'm about to
transformation.
say, because I literally pick one Goku, and one Goku will
like
take off
7
6 other
Gokus.
Goku.
It's like
No,
7
it's like 5 Gokus technically.
Yeah.
If you pick one Goku, 6 of the Gokus are going to be no longer pickable because it all belongs to the same Goku.
Yeah,
There's
but,
like 5 different iterations.
but there's a bunch of Goku, and there's a bunch of every other character too if you're staying. So I mean, like, do they fluff it up a little bit? Yes, but it's still even with it being fluffed up, it's still a lot of characters on launch.
Yeah,
that isn't like I don't remember Fighter Z launching with that many characters.
Right.
It's a lot
Yeah,
of
no.
like I can't remember a Dragon Ball game that launched as many characters as Sparkling Zero, and I think that's a big part in the success day one because everyone gets to basically play with their favorite character day one for the most part. Are there a couple characters like Pycon and stuff like that aren't there? Sure, but there's a lot of characters that are there, and people really appreciate the fact that chance to play with those
Yeah.
guys day one. I think part of the success.
Yep. To unlock all characters, you need 3,200,000 zenny
That's it.
to buy all the rest of the characters. It's actually not a lot. A lot of people said it's not.
Sounds like it's it.
Yeah, 3,200,000 zenny.
Play the fucking game and go get all the. Like if you play the game and you enjoy the game, get the.
I mean, you'll occasionally start getting all the money for the characters. Yeah,
That's what
but
I'm saying. If you play it and you enjoy, if you play the game and enjoy the game, you're not like, just like, I want my character now day one type, or I'm not gonna play it. Yeah, you don't have a problem. Play the game, like it'll take you like a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so now that you got a chance to intro yourself, talk about what's in mind, we need your metaphor impression there, Jay. So, we know you got a little bit more time on task than most of us when it comes to this title. So, what are your thoughts so far in regards to playing metaphor?
Honestly, I love it. Like I am I was about to buy it again. I really wanted that collector's edition, but I talked myself out of it. But
Like I said, if it's a collector's edition that's gonna be available like 6 months from now,
if
might as
it's
well
the
wait.
fact that it's still available after launch was kind of what turned me, because I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you don't need to get a day one because if it's still gonna be available like in 6 months, it's gonna be a lot cheaper.
yep.
Buy it when you're ready to buy it. Like,
Facts. I really like the combat. I like how you can, as far as grinding, like knowing it that the enemy's weaker than me, and I don't have to, you know, sit there and toil through, pressing a couple of buttons to, get them on out of there. I can just, if you melee them in the overworld, if they're mad weak, they just die, which is great, and get all the rewards.
all that
I
EX.
know. I mean,
Yep.
not to mean all that EXP, because I mean, at least right now, I'm not getting as much as I thought I would yet. So, yeah, but I'm having a good time with it. A really good time. I don't even I'm not even tripping off of the technical shit. Yeah, no, it's great. It's just as good as a P5 for me. Like I'm just having a great time.
I was saying that happy that it actually tied the original Persona 5, not Persona 5 Royale,
Mhm.
on Metascore. So, which is pretty amazing, being that this is a new IP versus Persona iteration upon
Yeah.
iteration, where they finally kind of
I
got what
think
they.
the themes were too deep to do another Persona like this. They honestly could have, but like, yeah,
Okay.
it wouldn't have necessarily made sense in a Persona game.
So
Even
beyond the gameplay, how are you feeling about the metaphor story?
I'm interested in it. Like, it's very, I'm not gonna say Game of Thronesy, because that's really,
I don't
it's
think
like
it's Game of Thrones.
low hanging fruit. But it's
Yeah.
like, I like how they don't shy away from the the violence and shit. And sometimes,
Now, Final Fantasy 16 was very Game of Thrones, sure,
yeah,
very Game of Thrones.
Mm.
It was wrapped up in the concept of icon, but it was gave off very strong Game of Thrones vibe.
right.
So with that one, I would definitely that's a Thrones type thing. Yeah, so you like the story as well. Um, I'm feeling pretty good about the game. I'm thinking about taking off a week of work next. I got 2 field trips for kids. If I can do those 2 field trips, then I can like game on the other days that the kids don't have field
Mhm.
trips. I should be able to go on next by myself. But with that said, if there's no other reaction or impression, we can jump to topic number 2 of today. You don't gotta
Ooh, can I ask Jubei something
go
real
ahead, fire
quick?
away. Fire
Oh,
away.
what's up?
Jubei,
Mm-hmm.
how I think Fragpunk might be a good competitor against Valorant. I got the closed beta key. It's actually good.
So this dude is on some other stuff because he got the closed beta and he streamed it. And he doesn't know
I did, Nate.
he doesn't know
Actually,
if he's
I think
streaming
it's.
or not.
Wait,
It
what?
seems like it's. It's on my YouTube channel.
I didn't say anything bad about Fragpunk.
Oh, okay,
No,
but
I'm
I was
saying
just letting you know it was.
he moving different. He got a closed beta key and he over here streaming the joint.
I mean, the game runs well.
I'm not a fan of Valorant, so
Wait, what? Wait, what was this that you were a fan of?
I don't like Valorant. So
No, because every time you said play Overwatch, what did you tell other people to play?
Paladins.
Okay, Paladins. I'm sorry.
Paladins. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, dang. It's still. Actually, no. A lot of people stream Fragpunk, so I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe.
Hey, Pharaoh, you see that they finally settled that gamers lawsuit? I wonder how much those bastards got.
What gamers lawsuit against Activision?
Yeah, the remember how like right after the deal, like some idiots did like a class action suit or some shit.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I didn't see
Yeah,
that they settled it, but
yeah, it's settled. They shouldn't have gave him shit, but I think they got tired of like, I'm tired of y'all dragging us to court.
Xbox. I mean, should Xbox have said, "Fuck it, we're not giving you nothing"? Yeah, probably. But at the same time, they just want to own Activision in peace, and they want to get past all this BS. Because at the end of
Yeah,
the day, there's another acquisition that they're focused on. I know people don't want to
I hope
hear
they take it.
that because they're afraid of industry consolidation and things like that. But Xbox, and more importantly, Microsoft has its own visions in mind of where they want to take this.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like every couple of months we get another layer peeled on that onion and get a closer look at where they're taking gaming.
Mhm.
And to take it where they want to take it, they need to have a certain amount of control over the industry to where people or other, I want to say, well, people and entities won't have as much influence and kind of obstructing Microsoft and taking gaming where they're trying to take it. So they're gonna need more partners, and they're gonna need more control also. So you can have a couple partners, but there's a couple that you gonna have to, know, just straight up buy and control in order to do what they want to do, you know, short term and long term.
Mhm.
So I think that's part of why they just settled the act. Uh, but that said, we can jump into topic number 2 of the day. Let me get that timestamp. Find it. All right. Topic number 2 of the day would be Xbox announces a partner show, which I believe I got my dates all fucked up. It's like 3 days from now. So that would be what, the 17th? Today's the 14th. So it's
It
the
is this
7th.
Thursday.
All right. So
Mhm.
3 days from now, the 17th, Thursday, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time,
Wait,
where we're on the East
did you
Coast.
say PM or is
No,
that AM?
that'll be 2 p.m. for us.
Yeah. So yeah.
2
So it
p.m.
should be
Eastern
11 a.m.
Standard.
Yep.
For the normal people in the world. Yeah, just joking. I love the West Coast. That's uh, but yeah. So we
Hmm.
got this partner show. It looks like this is not a indie driven show. This is third party partners who um specialize in double A, triple A range. They said that Alan Wake will be there, for instance, and a couple other people that I didn't really care up on. Bad on my part. There's a lot of time today. Um, so yeah, it looks like it's gonna be I guess I would call a mid-major show because I think this will be the last show we get for the Game Awards. Get some new game announcements. So pretty interesting to see. I think Xbox did a partner show around the same time last year, so they kind of got a schedule in mind now. So we kind of know what to expect from Microsoft as far as their show cadence, and we're starting to get a feel for their release cadence, just when and where and at what events they're going to have a presence
Mm-hmm.
on a year to year basis. So we're starting to see what we can expect from Xbox. Um, Jube, as Captain Xbox, how are you feeling in regards to the announcement of this uh, partner showcase that they had last year and continuing to have this year?
Um, I mean, generally speaking, the partner showcase has been kind of meh. Um, we'll see.
a marketing thing.
Yeah, it is. It's just pure marketing. But
Yeah.
I honestly hope that we get maybe they finally give us a date for Wukong. I don't know, but
All right. So
something needs to
based
go.
on previous history, I would think the Wukong date would come at the game Awards, like Baldur's Gate 3's date came at the game Awards.
Okay.
That's what I would.
Yeah.
If I'm
I could
going
see
with
that.
if I'm going with history, going based on history, recent history,
Right.
that's what I would lean. But yeah, anything else? Anything else in regards to your thoughts to the Xbox partner program? I mean, it I do think it's kind of good that they're having more of a presence in this than their competitors, and I feel like Xbox is doing more for their partners than anyone else as far as giving their partners a stage to showcase their product.
hmm
What are your thoughts on that? Okay.
I could see that. Like they're as much as we complain about their marketing, I think they've been pretty damn good. At
I
least
mean,
this
people
year.
complain about their marketing of their own games, and I think when they complain about their marketing, I think they're talking about like commercials and like print advertisements, things like that. But most of the people who are complaining,
Yeah.
it's a small subset of people who are complaining, and those people are subscribed to things like YouTube Premium and things like that, where they don't even get to see the quote unquote lack of marketing that Xbox is doing. So, I mean, their source of the quality of Xbox marketing, like Twitter, unless you're like a sports nerd like me, who watches a lot of sports this time of year, you get to see a lot more of that gaming marketing than you would otherwise.
Yep.
It's not gonna be hip to whether the marketing is good or not, because you're not the target audience of the marketing. You're not partaking in those things, and most of these gamers who are complaining are paying to not be advertised. Like me,
Right.
I'm paying specifically not to be advertised.
Got you. Yeah. I just hope it's whatever they show. Maybe it's more Final Fantasy shit. We'll see.
Final Fantasy,
That'd be nice.
Them
I already gave
dropping
you my
because
theory
they're
on
not going to
that.
drop 16. They're not going to say, "Oh yeah, 16's coming at Game Awards plus Wukong." That's crazy.
I already
But
gave you my
do
it's
we
theory
like?
not.
on that. I think PlayStation and Square Enix are in a dogfight over 16 right now, and the remakes. I think I I think it's getting kind of nasty over there, and I think that's why Astrobot doesn't have a Square Enix character.
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that like that to me. That's the only reason it would make sense that a Square Enix character, not a single Square Enix character, is in Astrobot.
I mean,
I,
maybe Square Enix is realizing that Sony exclusive plan wasn't such a good idea for
but
their
it's
company.
but I'm saying it's not. But getting a character in Astrobot isn't about exclusivity. So I think a lack of a character in Astrobot is their way of retaliating against Sony because of the deals that they've made with them previously, and
Yep.
Sony holding their feet to the fire on those to the detriment
Yeah.
of Square.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the only person you can blame is Square at this point for making those deals. But maybe since they can't release a Final Fantasy series on Xbox anytime soon, then maybe at least start a new IP that they can. That would be the best thing for them.
Well, they did Visions of Mana.
Oh, well, that did good and jumped on Game Pass really quickly too, which I
No, Visions of
noticed.
Mana did not drop on Game Pass. The previous titles in the Mana series did, but there was a long gap between Mana games. I think it's been like over a decade since the Mana.
Oh, okay, I'm looking at it now. So it is yeah, it's two of the old ones.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Xbox got Match Streets. Wait, wasn't it the new it's Legends of Mana that released. Okay. Legends of Mana, Trails of Mana. Trails of Mana was the one that was on Nintendo Switch, so I got you.
Oh, and for the people who game on multiple devices, Metaphor is a Xbox Play Anywhere title. So if you have a Steam Deck or Ace Frog or Lenovo Legion and you buy it on your Xbox, you can also play it on those other devices. And pretty soon, in a later segment, you'll be able to cloud stream as well, which is pretty cool.
It's about the
Um,
Xbox. Oh, I think you talk about the Xbox app that we still haven't heard much about yet.
um, well, there has been some changes to the Xbox app. We'll go over that in our final segment. But Nappy, do you have any thoughts in regards? Do you have any thoughts in regards to partner preview show? Mute myself.
Oh, partner preview shoot. I honestly don't have much thoughts on it. I'm curious to see what they're going to show off as far as the main problems after we just went over all of the companies. Seeing that I would love to see like more games being spread out to Game Pass, or especially since I have Game Pass Ultimate and I do play on my Razer Edge sometime from time to time. So, actually, if since that guy from Rare has now been promoted, I want Jet Force Gemini. I want a rematch, not a no. I want not a remaster.
Remake.
I want a remake. I want a Jet Force Gemini remake. That was a game on that is the one thing I ask for. But as far as showing off, I'm curious to see what they showcase. Maybe they showcase something new, something old. Maybe just adding more games coming to Xbox. That would be nice. Some release dates for some of their other titles, like Outer Worlds 2. We'll love to see when that game comes out or show something. So yeah, that's pretty much about it.
So we're all looking forward to the Xbox partner show. Not really too much to say about it now. If the show is really good, we'll probably have a reaction to it next show for sure. So I'm not gonna hold you guys up too long. We're gonna jump into our final topic tonight, which is just a pretty major announcement from Xbox. It seems like something I don't have all the details in front of me right now, but due to some legal victories that Epic and I think Microsoft have had against Android in the marketplace and some of the rulings that judges have made over in the previous week, Xbox has announced that they are expanding their cloud capabilities on Android devices. And starting next month, as a gamer, you will be able to purchase games in the Xbox app again. But not only will you be able to purchase those games, they're going to be rolling out your ability to play the games that you purchase inside of the Xbox app, whether you're on your phone, whether you're on tablet, a PC, your Fire Stick, via the cloud. So, for instance, we've been talking about Metaphor today. Hypothetically, starting in November, you'll be able to purchase Metaphor and play it via the cloud on any of your devices. That is, I'm going to stick to that being purely hypothetical because based on the reports that we're seeing, it's going to be a slow rollout to um, which of your purchased games will be playable via the cloud when this rolls out next month. So it looks like month after month they'll roll out more and more of the library in regards to what you can play via the cloud. So it's a pretty big announcement, and they headed that announcement with allowing gamers to know that day one, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be playable via the cloud over Xbox um, starting October 20th. So pretty big news coming from Xbox, especially considering Microsoft sold their streaming rights to Ubisoft, so we were kind of up in the air whether or not they would be able get the cloud for Call of Duty because they have to pay Ubisoft in order to get that ability. So that was a mouthful and a hell of a. And I'm going to pass it off, of course, to Captain Xbox first to give his thoughts. Kind of like an Xbox, kind of with news link. But yeah, Jube, what are your thoughts on all the announcements in regards to cloud and Xbox and all the expansions they pretty much heard rapidly?
I think it's pretty dope that they're gonna have Call of Duty there on cloud at launch. I don't know how they work that shit out because with all the scrutiny and everything else they've been going through. Ubisoft was like, yeah, you can go on game. So we have a Call of Duty that is launching into Game Pass and onto cloud at the same time, which is going to be huge. And then starting in November, those people you can literally you can play Black Ops 6 or whatever just on your phone.
Or
if you're
and
on an
TVs.
and your TV if you're on an Android device. Like it's making that. I mean, because Amazon also runs on the same. Amazon runs on Android anyway, so all that is all going to be a thing when they also we're going to be able to preview. Those in the Insider program can preview playing games that you own in your library over cloud, period, without having to remote play from your Xbox. So once all that shit happens, it's really not going to matter what device you're actually on. That Fire Stick up, you own a game, you can just cloud it. It doesn't have to be like in Game Pass with cloud stuff.
But now what it does is it makes the Fire Stick thing more valuable. The fact that you
Yeah, it
don't
does.
need a console, it makes it so much more viable now. I mean, of course, the quality of your internet in your home and on your device matter.
Yeah.
But
But listen, if little Jimmy just wants to play Minecraft, bro, I don't think they're gonna care. Up, $40 Fire Stick, little Jimmy can play Minecraft now. Oh, plus a Game Pass sub.
Yep.
do you still need a Game Pass sub if you buy the game?
That's what they need to let us know.
That's actually a good
That's kind of more
question.
information we're gonna get there.
Actually, I hope not. I hope you don't need Ultimate to stream the library that you own.
Hopefully
I think
you
that
just
should
need
just work.
Xbox Live. So hopefully you just pay $60 a year and you have access to playing games
Wait,
you purchase over cloud.
wait, we still got Xbox Live? I thought they got rid of that.
Well,
It's
Game
standard,
Pass
whatever
Core, whatever they call it now.
Core.
Game Pass Core, whatever they.
Or they just make it available for all tiers. They do that, and they're golden. Just make it available for all tiers.
If you only need Game Pass Core and the games that you purchased are available, I think that's a win.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I'm like it.
No, I think it's a great thing, and maybe now they can focus on improving the quality of the cloud stream.
Yeah, for sure.
So Sony kind of beat them to the punch on that just a little bit. Clouding to the portal's pretty decent. So
it's not cloud, it's remote play.
Same shit. Even remote play is not that good. That what I'm saying is they need to overhaul the whole thing.
I'm gonna say because cloud, it depends. If you have like a really decent internet, like 500 megabyte downstream, and you have a Wi-Fi 6E in your phone or Android device, you should be good.
I don't know. It still leaves much to be desired for me because it's damn sure not Nvidia's streaming tech, which is
GeForce Cloud. Well, that's because GeForce Cloud is using 4080, whereas Xbox is using Xbox Series X server, not quality.
And it's another thing that a lot of people don't talk about. What type of router do you got at your home?
Me personally, why?
I mean, because the more devices you have on your router, the more bandwidth you put on it, the slower it can be. Like for my router, I actually spent like $300 on my router. Got this big old fancy alien looking red gaming router. Yeah. And I got my ring system on. Yeah, I got my Ring system on there. I got my TV on there. I got my gaming laptop, my gaming desktop, my cell phone, my Razer Edge, and yeah, all that on a regular router will cook my old router. So
I got a ROG router.
I've done tests with like absolutely nothing connected to it. It's not the best time. There are better options available, and I need them to improve in that area.
okay. Wait, are you on
Hopefully
Comcast?
Why? Yeah, they're the provider in my area. I also have gig speed, but like, it's not that. Like, it's not a download upload speed
I don't
issue.
trust.
It's literally the service.
I can't say it's not that because I don't trust Comcast. But
yeah, I don't trust Comcast either. I'm with Verizon.
I don't trust Comcast. Each their own.
I've gone to CenturyLink. I've gone on other connections. It's all the same shit. So
yeah, I don't trust
CenturyLink.
Okay.
The inherent problem follows me, regardless of who the provider is.
Only trust BIOS, Google Fiber.
No, Pharaoh, test some cloud streaming this week on your phone, and tell me it's great. Because you're not gonna tell me it's great.
It depends. On the game. I get pretty.
You're not gonna tell me it's great.
You know what? I'll do you even better. I'll do you better, Jube. I will actually play Call of Duty Black Ops 6 first 2 weeks on my Samsung TV as long as I'm allowed to have a wire connection.
Yes.
Done.
Okay.
For first 2 weeks, call it Black Ops 6 strictly on my TV, not using my gaming PC.
Yeah, so if I'm speaking from personal experience only, I would say that Xbox Cloud Gaming, some games work very well. Some games are absolutely dog shit over cloud. It really depends on the game. Because I even played some AAA titles that were decent over cloud gaming, and I played some indie games that were horrible over cloud gaming. It really just depends on the game. And I mean, I've done it at like the barbershop. I've done it in my house, on my phone. It really just depends. Like I played Dragon Quest over cloud on my phone. It wasn't horrible.
I remember I beat Halo 5's whole campaign on the cloud. I could definitely feel the input latency. I will definitely say like Bluetooth controllers, all that stuff.
I wouldn't do something like that. I did Forza Horizon on my phone. It wasn't, but it was.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I wasn't like competing against anyone. So like I said, it was doable, but it wasn't the best. But I did do Forza Horizon. I think that's probably the most graphically intensive game and the most like frame rate input latent intensive game I've done. But yeah, it really depends on the game, I would say.
And yeah, I would say my experience with cloud gaming, like at first when I did cloud gaming, I did like a regular standard Bluetooth Xbox One controller hooked up with a phone clip hooked up to my phone. I had experienced all the input latency in the world. I've realized the best experience for me, especially when I'm in my own home, is that I need to have a controller that is connected directly to the streaming device to minimize that input latency, so I don't have to worry about that. And then it's like either it has to have a minimum of Wi-Fi 6, or Ethernet connection plugged in for it to streaming to be actually good. Now, if I was to use something with like Wi-Fi 5 or one of some of the older Wi-Fi cards, it sucks. I ain't gonna lie to you. My TV, I got the Samsung 7000 series, so like my TV still has the old school Wi-Fi with the Wi-Fi 5 instead of Wi-Fi 6.
Yeah, I got Wi-Fi.
When I use Game Pass when it first came out on my TV, just using a Wi-Fi connection, I immediately noticed the input latency. But when I plug that Ethernet cable right to the back of that motherfucker, I was shocked. That if it was smooth, it was good. So I guess it really does depend on your hardware and how you stream it as well. So just stuff that nobody talks about when it comes to streaming games.
Okay. Well, what do you think about Xbox expanding just the streaming capability in general from games that are only in the Game Pass catalog to now games purchase will be able to stream it?
I think it's great. I mean, I'm curious. Can I play all my old Xbox 360 games on the cloud now? Because if that is the case, that will be great.
We don't know that
Good.
specifically. What we do know is that they have a rollout plan, and every game day one not that you physically own.
Yeah. So,
Digitally own, I should say.
well, I mean, I already know that like what they're trying to do is a very ambitious project. The bandwidth, they're going to need a lot of servers, and I mean a lot of servers for about the amount of bandwidth that they are saying that they're claiming that they can handle.
Well, I think they're.
I mean, don't get me wrong,
I don't think
it's
they have all the
Microsoft, but
servers that you're talking about. I think they've formed partnerships with other cloud distributors, and you're going to be playing off of their server.
oh, they do got Amazon warehouse, so you know them warehouse Amazon.
Yeah, they
They
partner
got
with Amazon. They've partnered with Android. They've partnered with Force. I think they're going to be using their partner, kind of get what they.
that is even with all that, that is still a lot of bandwidth. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. If it works, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But then again, also like for the people who are going to go for this, just remember, you know, get that wire connection into your router if we don't whatever device you're using, unless you have Wi-Fi 6. Just saying, might
Wi-Fi
want to start look.
6E nowadays.
Well,
Wi-Fi
East Wi-Fi 6E, yeah,
get
that's
that
the
Wi-Fi
latest and
6 and
greater.
upgrade your router, which I haven't done yet. So, don't mind my advice. Wi-Fi 6
I'm
is
just
the
saying,
latest and greatest thing.
just giving you guys a heads up. Upgrade your routers, get them Ethernet cables plugged in, because trust me, if you got a Bluetooth controller connected to your piece, connected to your TV, and then streaming, say for instance Halo, you are going to feel all the input latency in the world. But as soon as you plug that Ethernet cable back to my little 7000 series TV, and I used a different control with a low input latency because you can use any X input device on a TV and it will work, which is another plus for me. So you're not stuck to all the Xbox brand controllers. It's a really, really great experience. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to see how they expand it. I'm curious to see what games are going to be released. I wonder if I'm going to get access to some of my games in my old library, because I would love to like stream Gears of War 3 on my TV and just play it since I own it. I thought that they were, when they were releasing the Xbox app, I couldn't have sworn that they were going to go more to where you can like I don't know. That was actually more so the so-called handheld device, but who knows what's going on with that. Never mind about that. But yeah, like I said, streaming games to all my devices that I already own without the Game Pass subscription would also be nice. I would love to know more about that, but I guess we gotta wait and see.
I think you're
Maybe
gonna
they
at
may.
least need Game Pass. That's what I'm.
I
The
mean,
Game Pass score is only $60.
I
I think
yeah.
that's reasonable.
I mean, I guess you got to pay for that stupid bandwidth.
I mean,
God damn! On all those partnerships,
cloud ain't cheap.
I know it's not cheap.
Yeah, like the cloud technology ain't cheap. You're gonna have to pay something. So I'm hoping that at minimum your purchase of the game plus the Game Pass core will kind of cover it. That's
Well, yeah. Like I said, we'll definitely have to see. I'm curious how they announce. I'm curious about to see what games roll out for Game Pass. I will definitely for Jubei, I will play Call of Duty Black Ops 6 for the first 2 weeks. I will play on my Samsung TV, but it's okay because I get a
now,
wire
you gonna be
connection.
doing campaign, or you just gonna be doing multiplayer?
I'm gonna do straight multiplayer. Honestly, I don't play Call of Duty for the campaign as much anymore. I
So
play
you
for the
just gonna get
multiplayer.
murked up because everybody else is playing faster. Okay.
Not the PlayStation 4 players. Because of the Call of Duty engine, if you are playing on your PlayStation 4, all majority of your assets are going to be streamed, which is going to put more input latency on your device, which is why you should play on the latest and greatest consoles and PCs.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for that.
But we'll see. Damn, I gotta pick a controller too. I got to get a lowest latency controller I got.
I'm looking forward to it. I really think that you know I told people how I thought Xbox would win the generation, and to me, this goes a long way towards not only Xbox winning this generation, but setting themselves up in a manner that if we're talking specifically platform holders, I don't think platform holders. I think they're too far behind to catch up to Microsoft. If they really nail this cloud thing down, um, I think it's game over. I really do. I think that Switch and PlayStation can sell as many devices as they want, but to be ubiquitous between devices, I think it's gonna know be more advantageous to the consumer long term. I think the consumer is gonna look towards that as opposed to lock down one device, one platform over time. Um, because I think outside of Android iPhone, I don't feel like consumers are very um platform loyal anymore. Like I don't think people are loyal to Spotify over Apple Music or I'm just like thinking like people aren't loyal to Netflix or people just go to whatever service offers what they want right now. And it's not based on a device outside of, like I said, are you Apple or Android? Other than that, people, I don't think they're very loyal. Guys think people are showing loyalty to different services.
I will say it's not necessarily loyalty to company; it's more so loyalty to your friends. And I think right now, Sony, a majority of people are on Sony side right now, but I'm starting to see a slow
But
change
that's starting to
because a lot of
change with
people,
like Discord and crossplay and all that other stuff. So it's like you have no
it's
reason.
it's sl- it's slow. It's starting to shift, but it's not there yet. I still know people who are rocking their PlayStation 4s, and some people are talking about saving up for the PlayStation 5. They didn't even mention the Series X or the
I
Series
know,
S.
but I'm just talking about mass market. People are just not. People in general, mass market wise, aren't loyal to specific platforms as much.
Yeah, I can see that.
Once you get past the Apple Android thing, people are not loyal to what music service they sign up to or what video service they're part of. Like no one's like Disney Plus over everything. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, I got you. I mean, honestly, it's also got to look at the games I've been releasing. We got some really heavy bangers, and then we got some not so much bangers. So it's like PlayStation 5 struggling with their releasing like exclusive content to bring people to the PlayStation 5.
They're not struggling to release exclusive content. This is actually one of their better years of releasing exclusive
What?
content, but no one cares about the exclusive content they're releasing. That's a whole different thing. Their exclusive content just isn't doing well. Like Until Dawn has done horrible. We haven't really done a segment on that, but Until Dawn's doing horrible. Concord did horrible.
I
Astrobot
mean,
is underperforming to this point. Um,
wait, Astrobot. Why are people saying underperforming? You pay for the game already. How's it
it
underperform?
didn't sell well.
I
Didn't do big
what?
numbers. It's trending lower than Ratchet.
And you say this is their better year? I mean,
No, I'm
you
saying
just
it's one of their better years as far as actually releasing the content. So
okay.
the amount of content they released, I'm saying it's one of their better years as far as content. So you got that. You got Rise of Ronin, which was released this year. First party, but not made by a first party studio. You got Stellar Blade, um,
I
which
mean,
that
I thought
game
Stellar did well. I could have sworn.
it did decent. It didn't like do blockbuster numbers, but it did force shift up. I don't know if it did great for PlayStation. I think it only sold about 3 million units. Um,
I mean, Sony did put money into that comp. I mean, it's their. I don't know. I want to. I guess you can call them first party, but
no, it's a
I
second
mean,
party
because Sony.
deal. They own. I think they own the IP now, but they don't own the developer.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, so they own the IP, not the developer. I
Yeah.
mean,
So and then you have what else released? Got going back through their year. So I stopped at Rise of Ronin, and then I went Stellar Blade. Then you have Helldivers, which is another second party deal where they own the IP. They don't own a developer. That game did really well.
Yep,
So,
and people are going back into that. That number's been jumping back up on Steam too. It's
yeah,
getting up there
so
again.
Helldivers 2 is their biggest release of the year. Everything else has not met expectations. Is it Konami that made Rise of Ronin? Not Konami. Koei
Who made
Temco.
Rise?
Koei Temco made Rise of
Well,
they came
it
out in their earnings statement, said that it underperformed. Stellar Blade, we know it only sold about 3 million copies. And I'm not saying that's horrible. That's a brand new IP, but I think for Sony it didn't do well because they're hunting the next big thing. They're not hunting the 3 million seller. Astrobot didn't sell great.
that's
Until
sad.
Dawn is selling great. Concord didn't sell great. So from a first party perspective, you only have one game that sold great, and everything else is kind of up and down on the scale. But yeah, they're not doing really well at the moment from a first party perspective. I think they kind of lost perspective on what their wants, and I think even Silent Hill 2, I don't think Silent Hill is selling great. Have you heard anything on Silent Hill 2, Jay? Going once, twice?
Yeah, no, sales wise, not at all.
Yeah, so I don't.
I mean, granted, it is a horror game. Horror games are niche. They showed like the Steam charts, and there was like 23,000 people or whatever playing it, compared to like Metaphor, which had almost 100K concurrent playing it. Like that's a huge difference.
Yeah, so it's not doing the best. Okay, which is what I
That's
expected. But it did review well. And the thing is, most of the games that PlayStation put out reviewed pretty well. It's not like they aren't like critical success. Most of them are, but they're just not selling. They're not commercial successes. It's not their the reviews aren't quote unquote saving.
mm,
It's gonna be interesting. To see. I'm not sure if an expert. Or- Yeah, PlayStation is definitely experiencing their struggles. It's gonna be interesting what happens with what's next that's launching this year. Lego Horizon. I don't think Lego Horizon's gonna do numbers.
that is that. I think that's like more so a kid party game. I don't think anybody should expect that game to do
But
like crazy numbers.
it's available on PlayStation 5. Not available on the PlayStation 4, it's available on PlayStation 5. It's supposedly gonna be available on Switch date. You know if it's available on Switch day one? I don't know.
Actually, no, I think that was and
I know it's available on Switch, but I don't know if it's launching on Switch day one or if it's like a Switch 2 type thing. And it's available on PC day one.
yes, it is available on PC. I could pre-purchase it right now, November
Yeah, it's available
14th.
on I know it's available on PC. The question for me is it available on uh Switch day one? Is it a Switch day one game, or is it the inevitable
Uh,
Switch 2 game?
Looking at it right now, you can pre-order it. It releases on. Yep, it's day one
Okay.
on Switch.
So Switch, PlayStation 5, and Steam day one. But even so, I don't think that game very well. So they're having issues with their first party games performing commercially. Not necessarily, they're not having a quote unquote quality issue at the moment. They are having our games aren't quite performing as we like. Gotta see that turn around. And I don't see it turning around anytime soon because their first party is kind of dry after Lego Horizon. But if there's nothing else as far as this Xbox Cloud expanding or anything else I want to cover on PlayStation, um, roll into our outro.
Mm.
Going once, going twice.
Yeah, we just got to see what they doing. So I mean,
Yeah,
Sony's first party output's been abysmal this year.
Well, the output
yeah,
hasn't been abysmal. It's just
First
y'all don't.
party,
Nobody wants
yeah,
those
yeah.
games. Nobody
party
wants.
output.
I mean, if nobody wants them, then wouldn't that be considered abysmal?
No, because the games are coming out at quote unquote high quality. They're reviewing it pretty well.
But is it high quality just because the seller saying it's high quality, or is it high quality because the consumer saying it's high quality?
You know, we have this argument, quite a bit, when when Madden's one of the best selling games every year, but it reviews one of the lowest. When Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is one of the lowest rated Call of Duty of all time. Most people say it's one of the better multiplayers they've had in recent years. We have these experiences with games that sell extremely well that don't necessarily review really well, and all those successes are not. Because the community says that they're, the vocal community says that these games aren't successful, but the sales say otherwise. So it's a interesting discussion to have. I'll say that much.
Mm.
Yeah. I also feel like they're like just not remastering the right games on the Sony side. Like Zero Dawn did not need a damn remaster. Neither did
Well,
Until Dawn. Neither of those games needed remasters.
the issue that they have is that
Where's
when
the
you
remaster for fucking what the fuck is that damn name? Yeah, for fucking Killzone. Like where are these?
He went to Killzone. I thought he was
yeah,
gonna say SOCOM.
the issue is that they're not willing to go any further than the PS4 as far as their remakes and remasters. We haven't seen a PlayStation 3 game get remade or remastered from PlayStation. And if it was on PlayStation 3, it already got remastered on the PlayStation 4 before it got remastered. 5. So
Like
there's no
imagine
game that's
Heavenly Sword on the PS5 right now.
a Ninja
I'd
3
take
game,
that.
so that's not happening.
Don't they? Who owns the IP?
Is it
Sony
Ninja
owns the IP,
Theory?
but I still don't
Yeah,
think it's
so
happening.
they have a team that could make it. They have a team that could do it.
I don't.
What Ninja Theory can do? Ugh. That's
Um,
gonna be difficult.
I just would it be cool? Probably, but do I see it happening? Nah. But Sony does have a lot of really great IP in theory. But I think they look at those sales also, and they're like, that's why they pulled off a Twisted Metal. They were in the middle of remaking that. And it was like, Twisted Metal never really sold like that. So I think there's a little bit of caution that why the hell do you remake Until Dawn?
I don't know. And then some of the characters look worse in the remake and the remaster.
Until
Like
Dawn
Yeah.
is
Jesus.
selling worse than Conquer.
Good.
It's doing worse than Conquer.
It didn't need to be remastered or remade.
And
Speaking of Concord, there is something that happened on the back end on Steam with Concord.
Yeah.
Steam has updated Concord's back files, and people are like, "This game's supposed to be dead. Why is there
not dead.
updates going on to Concord?"
I told y'all it's not dead. They're gonna re-release it after the show.
We'll see.
I'm
But
not
yeah,
saying-
they're definitely doing something, because Steam just got an update on the backlog of Concord, which shouldn't happen for a dead IP.
No, I think the show is gonna come out, and then once the show comes out, they will announce that it's being released as a free-to-play. That is my theory.
Well, if that's the case, their goal is to beat Overwatch 2, because Overwatch 2 has been sitting at 30,000 for the past like 3 months. It
Now,
has not budged.
I do think once it re-releases, in that vein, still think the game's gonna flop, and I don't know how much longer they're gonna support it. I'll say that much. But I do think Concord is not done. I do Concord again. But even when it was a free beta, no one wanted to play it. So I don't know people gonna play it now. So Yeah. That's it. Everybody got it else on rock. Ah, hit these outros. Boom.
All right.
All right. Happy. Only two. Got an outro. Nappy, what are you gonna be going? What do you got going on? What are you?
All right. So again, as always, it's great to be on this panel talking about gaming and all the cool and fun, the latest and greatest stuff the Xbox is doing, which I'm curious about. If you guys want, you guys can check me out on YouTube. I have recently uploaded a review of the Razer Edge Wi-Fi edition. So this is the Android handheld that you can find on Amazon for around $250. I think it's $260 right now on Amazon. And you can buy a certified used one on Amazon for $200. If you are looking for something that's like can play like basic Android games, but also want to use it for cloud streaming and also like Steam Link, PlayStation remote play or Xbox remote play or something like that, this is actually honestly a great device for it. Plus, it's an Android tablet, so it can work as an Android device. I actually like it for around $250. I do like it. As far as controller reviews go, currently working the Fortnite controller, Power A Fortnite controller review is going to be wrapped up pretty soon. A little bit better than actually it's better than I thought it was. I actually do like it. I mean, as a standard wireless Xbox controller, that this is actually certified for the Xbox Series S and X and One. So for $100, this is probably going to be your cheapest Xbox official Pro controller that you can get for the Xbox. As far as the other two controllers, I do got the Power A Fusion Pro. I got the wired edition. So this is for the Xbox as well. Similar to the Fortnite one with the back buttons and everything. Honestly, go for the Fortnite one. This one has Hall of Fame joysticks. This one does not.
Okay.
And finally, I just got this thing in the mail. This is Nexus's stream. What's this? Nexus Master P1 controller for PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Android, iOS. This is their Hall of Fame joysticks, 2 programmable back buttons, trigger stoppers, all the full 9. Yeah, I'm actually going to unbox this controller because I'm actually had to change up the review for this controller because Nintendo was going on a channel strike raid for showing off emulated content. So it's going to be, this got delayed a little bit more than I thought. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
And Jubei, where can we find you and what will you playing?
Yeah, you can find me at Jubei X Sensei on gaming platforms, Jubei Sensei everywhere else. I'll be back on the box after probably 8 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. Yeah, hopping right into Metaphor and some Dragon Ball. Need my fix.
You're ducking the fades on Dragon Ball for sure.
I ain't ducking no fades.
And
Run
as
it.
for Pharaoh,
Anyway.
you can find me on
If
Twitter
you sh-
at Pharaoh Bizarre. I don't think I'm on the podcast circuit this week, so you won't see me anywhere else. But you can catch me next week, right here 9 p.m. for the Vitamin Podcast. With that said, I want to thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for being part of the show. Make sure you hit that like button, share this out. And thank you for getting your weekly dose of that vitamin D, man. We are out. Peace.
See ya.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ayy. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the
on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. Rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. Vitamin J.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J. Got what you need. Vitamin J. Got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ayy. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. Rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. Vitamin J. Vitamin J. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside
Got what you
looking
need.
in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J. Got what you need. Vitamin J. Got what you need.
All
Vitamin
alone.
J. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. Rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this Vitamin J. Vitamin J.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, what you need? Vitamin J, got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ay, you rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J.